And let's quickly head to the toss where Neil is with the two captains.
It's toss time for the last game of the day. It is FanCode EmiratesD10 powered by Sky247.net. The last game is between Ajman. The skipper Nasser Aziz is right there. In the center is Mr. Iftikhar Ali. And playing the second game of the day is Emirates Blues and the skipper Waheed Ahmed. The coin is with Nasser and he's going to flip it. Tails is the call.
It is heads.
And heads it is. Nasser, congratulations. Toss जीत गए. क्या plans हैं आज?
We'll bat first.
अच्छा, बैट फर्स्ट. ये बहुत अलग डिसीजन है. पहले दोनों मैचेस जो हुए हैं उसमें टीम्स ने चेस करने का डिसाइड किया है. आपने बैटिंग करने का डिसीजन कैसे लिया?
विकेट अभी तक तो अनिल भाई ऐसा लग रहा है कि अच्छा बैटिंग ट्रैक है, तो हम लोग ट्राई करेंगे. बैटिंग साइड हमारी अच्छी है, तो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा रन बोर्ड पे लगाएंगे तो डिफेंड में थोड़ा इजी होगा.
अजमान का स्क्वाड पिछले टूर्नामेंट के हिसाब से थोड़ा चेंज हुआ है. क्या चेंजेस हुए हैं? कोई नए चेहरे आए हैं? कोई एक्सपीरियंस खिलाड़ी आए हैं?
अजमान का स्क्वाड तो देखिए पिछली दफ़ा भी अच्छा ही था, अभी भी है. कॉम्बिनेशन की बात है कि लास्ट टाइम भी थोड़ा हम लोग अच्छा खेलते खेलते ऐसा हो जाता है. इस दफ़ा 2-4 बंदे हैं ने और हाफिज़ कलीम भी है, तो इंशाल्लाह अपना बेस्ट देंगे.
ये विकेट पे कितना स्कोर लगता है आपको बनना चाहिए पहले बैटिंग करते हुए?
बैटिंग करते हुए अभी तक तो लग रहा है मुझे कि 130 अच्छा टोटल है.
तो चले 130 से ज़्यादा ही बनाने की आप कोशिश कीजिएगा एंड हमें एक अच्छी गेम दीजिएगा. थैंक यू. वही पहली गेम आप जीत गए थे बहुत ही कंफर्टेबली. अब की बार अगर टॉस जीते तो क्या करते?
हमारा भी यही डिसीजन था, हम भी बैटिंग करना चाह रहे थे क्योंकि ड्यू इतनी है नहीं, तो विकेट सेम ही खेल रहा है. लास्ट में हमने चेज किया. इस मैच में हम जा रहे थे कि हम अगर टॉस जीतेंगे हम भी बैटिंग करेंगे, लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेट हार गए. देखते हैं अभी कितना करते हैं फिर उसके हिसाब से.
नासिर ने कहा है कि 130 प्लस वो स्कोर करना चाहते हैं. आपका प्लान क्या होगा? कितने पे रोकना चाहोगे?
हमारा कोशिश होगी कि 100 के अंदर उनको रोकें और उसको ईजी से चेज करें.
चलें, एक बहुत ही बढ़िया गेम का हमें इंतजार रहेगा. ऑल द बेस्ट.
थैंक यू वेरी मच. थैंक यू.
So the news from the center is, against the tide of the waves today, Ajman has won the toss and they have elected to bat first. The news from the center is Fayaz Ahmed, the skipper of Sharjah, has won the toss and they are batting first.
Thank you very much, Shoaib. I'm super excited to see this contest, Sharjah versus Fujairah. A super action will be here. Here is the playing 11 for both the sides. Sharjah having skipper Fayaz Ahmed, Ranjit Manir, Umair Ali Khan, Badiuz Zama Sayyed, Kashif Dawood, Hafizur Rahman, Aslan Javed, Nathan Shibu, Khalid Shah, Faisal Altaf, and Christian Paul.
And for Fujairah, it's the captain Ahmed Raza, Rohan Mustafa, Hamdan Tahir, Mohammad Wasim, Usman Khan, Sabir Rao, Akif Raja, the fast bowler, Lukman Luki, Sandeep Singh Sandy is keeping, Mohammad Naeem and Hassan Khalid.
But I think this is the perfect time for him.
First ball, full length, swing in the air. Their personality. This time played beautifully. Beautiful shot there. What a great shot. A boundary.
Amazing hit.
That's the match official there, Shamim Abi. This time played flat batted, straight, and another boundary. So back-to-back boundaries here for Khalid Shah. He would not want to stop once he starts going. There you go again. Played that shot, but a thick edge. And that has run away towards the boundary. This is a little disappointing for Luqman.
Yeah.
Such a humble guy, but he started with a boundary here for Sabir Rao. This time played it towards the mid-wicket. This one will run away towards the boundary. This time fuller delivery, played it in the gap, and that is a rare misfield from Mohammad Wasim, who is an excellent fielder. Akif Raja this time slashed and over the fielder. There is no one there to stop that ball from going away for 4 runs.
Oh, whacked it well. That will be a definite 4. What a hit that is from Khalid Shah. This is perfect shot to bring the 4 runs for your team. Khalid Shah on fire.
Last ball. In the gap. And will have enough muscle to go through. That's a 4 to end the over. 6 overs gone, 55 for none. He does that. And look at that performance. I would want to make a music video out of that.
To come after the power play. He said he is this time driven, cut away in fact for that matter, between the point and the short third fielder for a boundary there, especially when they're performing. So change in the bowling, but Khalid Shah's intent quite simple out there, and that brings up the maiden 50 for Khalid Shah in D20.
For Sharjah.
This time a full toss, and that has been dispatched out of the park, and that is how it deserved to be treated. That's a loud appeal, and the slow rising finger of the umpire Vipin for the man of the match. This time up in the air, just as you say. Commentators curse, not the first time. I think probably we have to count that in dozens.
Daud rocking back. Is that another wicket here? It looks like one, and yes it is. So Kashif Daud disappoints one more time with the bat.
No, wrong. This time driven uppishly in the gap, and Luqman taken for a ride. So underestimating.
Up in the air. And Sandy will watch the ball sail over his head. That's a maximum to end the over. Superb effort. No full toss, and no one's going to stop that. That's a 4.
And I love this one. A biggie gone. 6 runs.
This time played it straight, up in the air and taken. That is it. It's Wasim. He's the man who knows how to take these catches and take this comfortably. Up in the air and taken. Ahmed Raza, who let him off the hook with that run out, who takes that catch comfortably, and Shibu.
Missed that, and that would be a run here.
Oh, look at that. They're going for a second and run out. So that is it. Just a single coming through, and it's going to be 153 in 20 overs. That was how it all panned out. A quick look at the batting card. Khalid Shah, LBW Hassan, 60 of 47, top scoring for Sharjah. Ranjit Mani giving him good company at the top. 20 of 16. Fayaz Ahmed 7, Kashif Daud 1, Umair Ali 28 of 17, Nathan Shibu 11, 12 for Badi Uzma, and Arslan Javed just 1.
Well, we'll have a bowling card here. Luqman Luki bowled 2 overs, given away 31, no wicket. But it's
Akif Raja, 4 overs, 28 for 1. Sabir Rao, 3 overs, no wicket for 33. Hassan Khalid, 4 overs, 17, taking 3 wickets. Rohan Mustafa and Ahmed Raza taking 1 wicket each, 33 for Rohan. All right, so it is the second innings of this superlative game. Beg your pardon, this is the first innings of this third game of the FanCode Emirates D10, powered by Sky247.net. Ajman versus Emirates Blues. Ajman earlier today won the toss and elected to bat first. The umpires walking in. Quick look at both the sides. Ajman led by skipper Nasir Aziz, Asif Khan, Abdul Shakur, Amjad Khan, Shiraz Ahmed, Amir Hamza, Danish Qureshi, Sultan Ahmed, Mohammad Kaleem, Hassan Khalid and Zuhaib Zubair. As far as the Emirates Blues are concerned, led by Waheed Ahmed, Nikhil Srinivasan, Lakshman Manjrekar, Akif Raja, Vishnu Sukumaran, Mohammad Bhuta, Rizwan Sibi, Atikur Rahman, Sabir Rao, Mohammad Farazuddin and Aryan Lakram. Ajman earlier today won the toss and elected to bat first, and joining me in the commentary box is Mr. K.R. Nair.
Thank you, Neil. It could be another nice contest, although in paper you cannot make out which team is best, but we have seen from the last 2 matches what you do on the field is most important. And in fact, last match you saw how close, when it looked like it was impossible to reach the target.
Undoubtedly there was a team that defended a meager 100 runs total on the board. That was the second game, Sharjah versus Fujairah. And a game before that, 120 were comfortably chased down. So the pendulum has been moving from left to right. And the best thing to do is win the toss, put a massive total on board, and then put pressure on the team batting second. So well done there by Nasir Aziz.
It's beauty to see various kinds of results. And now we see the trend of winning the toss and electing to full change, and instead of them deciding to bat. Nasir Aziz, the captain, has taken a brave decision. Nasir Aziz is one who has captained the team in domestic cricket for years. He was the captain of Eurocon Albon, which had lifted the team to great heights. And here is Akif Raja ready to bowl.
2 matches, 15 runs for him. A pickup shot, and this one will race away towards the cover fence. A 4. What a good looking shot to start the innings there by Asif Khan.
A 4 of the first ball is very, very positive. And at the same time, for a bowler, it's a sad start. Whatever it is, this is what is needed. 4s, boundaries, 6s. Last match, we saw that a few more 6s, a few more boundaries could have changed the result of the match.
Undoubtedly there. Asif Khan, 10 matches, 251 runs, 2 half centuries, a strike rate of 204. When it comes to bat, we know that we'll get to see fireworks, and that's exactly what's the intent there. Pulled it onto the right of the square leg umpire. Didn't really time it well. get a single there nonetheless.
But I like his aggressive intent. Is batting positively. The first 2 balls have been played well. It's time Raja concentrates to a good length. That was played and missed. This is also at times needed to move the ball, try and make the batsman play, and however the first 3 balls promises some exciting contest.
Five of 3. They would definitely look at scoring in excess of 120. Ajman batting first. They know that the Emirates boys are quite capable of chasing down literally whatever comes their way. A single there.
That's played well, and a single adds to the score, makes it 6 of 4 balls.
Well, yes, it's going to be Akif Raja. 2 more deliveries to come in this over. Shortish delivery. Big shout, and the umpire raises his finger. That's wicket number 1. That's a big wicket. Asif Khan, the danger man, is gone. The short ball has again delivered for Akif Raja. And what a big wicket. What a big wicket there.
To get a wicket off the first over is very advantageous for the bowling team. But what we saw, first ball we saw a boundary, last ball we saw a wicket. So what a start, first over, fantastic start. That's cricket, that is T10.
Asif Khan, we've seen how devastating he can be. Not to be so today. Ajman lose their first wicket in their very first over. Not too many on the board. Abdul Shakur is a new man in. Wicket-keeper batsman, again, very experienced, hard-hitting guy. 9 matches, 98 runs, strike rate of 148.48. Dot ball to end the over. 1 over gone, it's 6 for 1.
It was Shakur who cracked 73 against Northern Warriors, tackling the bowling of Wayne Parnell and Wahab Riaz with ease, which in fact that was the first knock in the Abu Dhabi T10, which showed that UAE cricket batsmen can rise to the challenge. Then it was followed by many more spectacular performance from the UAE players. It showed that there is abundance of talent. It shows that as a T10 format, UAE has the kind of players which can produce high standard of cricket.
Undoubtedly there. Meanwhile, it's going to be Sabir Rao, left arm seamer. 2 matches, 26 runs for him. A superstar for Fujairah in the D20. Starts with a low full toss, will get a single there at the mid-wicket region.
That's well dug out. It was right on spot. And to check the run flow, talking about Shakur, who was born in Sharjah. He has played 3 ODIs and 6 T20 internationals.
Sabir Rao. Oh, well, that's our visuals on the camera. Interesting to see that commentators whose voices are heard can now be seen.
Happy to sit next to a fit Neil who is good enough to play cricket.
This one smacked. Will this be cut away? Yes, a good slide in time. Those are really kind words coming in from you, Mr. Nair. You yourself are extremely fit and I've played alongside you. I've had the honor and pleasure of being in the same side as yours.
It's lovely to have the journalist team and media team, isn't it?
That's right, absolutely.
You know, at one time then we know that when we criticize the batsmen and bowlers, we are also at the receiving end.
Gladly no one is printing about us or commenting on our games.
In fact, even if we lose, we write it as after a tremendous fight back.
Well, yes, the words are ours and we use them as we please.
Adjectives simply flow when we play because that is all we have. Because skills is with the talented cricketers who play and work hard regularly.
Sabir Rao, meanwhile, to the point region, will get a single then. Lakshman Manjrekar, the man of the match of the first game that Emirates Blues played today. A quick fire, 39 of 14 deliveries. Very quick run machine there.
Some of his shots were clashing. You know, flashy shots, you know, beautiful to watch.
Stepping down, not timing it well, will be a dot ball. CP Rizwan on your screen. That'll be the end of the second over. 11 for 1. That's a Nelson on board.
If David Shepherd would have been there, he would have been standing on one leg. Many times 1-1-1, 2-2-2. On 8th March 1929, Jab Hobbs passed that 5,010 run milestone in 91st Test innings, becoming the first batsman to achieve that milestone. Fun fact from Dafa News.
Wow. 1929. This game of cricket has kept us engaged, entertained, and occupied since forever. Meanwhile, trying to pull this one will be a single.
They all scored runs without the helmet, not so powerful bats, and also remember, matches were not as frequent as today. In fact, test matches were played even with a rest day between. Do you remember? I remember, but now if you tell somebody there used to be in between 5 days, there used to be a rest day. People, oh, was it there?
Trying to scoop it down the leg side, but the ball strays away and goes down the leg side further. Raja bowls a wide. Abdul Shakur. What is really interesting is progressively this game or other games in the day have gone slower and slower. The ball is not as effectively coming onto the bat as we saw in the first game.
Also, bowlers are using the slow ball effectively.
Played it straight to the fielder at covers. It was a mid-off, beg your pardon. And a dot ball comes through.
Bowling to the field is an art. You know, a bowler who can do that is a captain's delight. You know, he can only play. Sometimes you have seen that bowlers bowl down the leg side when there is no deep fine leg.
Well, trying to pull this one again, doesn't really time it, gets it on the body. He'll get a single. There's an overthrow there. Oh, that is silly. Get an extra run there.
Every run matters in T10 is a very important lesson for everybody. When you lose by that single run, you will understand, oh, I did misfield.
The umpire coming in as a barricade right there, not letting Raja bowl through. The batsman was not ready. Shot ball pulled up in the air. Chance? No, not really. We'll just get a single.
Shakur, in 2011, he cracked an unbeaten 119 of just 56 balls for Afridi Cricket Club to beat Al Jabin in the final of the Al Daid Cricket Village. And I was reporting that match. Look at the classy now, classy.
Definitely a very good batsman, very hard-hitting stroke maker, a delight. Meanwhile, a toe-crushing Yorker gets deflected off the boot of the batsman. The umpire says it's a dead ball because no shot was offered.
Was it a deliberate padding for that which he said no run? I think he didn't know how it hit it. No,
Oh, it doesn't
But
look
then-
like, yeah.
yeah, it is good that umpire.
This time up in the air, chance for a catch. Fielder underneath will take it, and that'll be the end of Kaleem. One more wicket down. Akif Raja picks up his second.
Fall of early wickets can unnecessarily mount the pressure, which is you have won the toss, you have elected to bat. What is needed is to build a big score. And choosing a fielder to hit it into the hands was unfortunate.
There's Nikhil Srinivasan there at the deep, taking catch of Muhammad Kaleem. And you're right there, Akif Raja. You're talking about when to take those risks. You know that Akif Raja is going to bowl the last delivery of his spell. He's not going to come back. You could have just hit it for a single or a double maybe, or probably a grounded shot. You know he's going to bowl you a shorter one. Go on the back foot, just deflect it, nudge it towards mid-wicket, get your single and get off strike. And let him go peacefully.
This is very, very important. Planning is very well. You have to think on your feet in T20 cricket.
A dot ball there.
People said that you had to think on your feet in T20 cricket when it started. So in T10, what should you be? You must think on your toes, I think.
Literally, you should be. There's no time to get back on your heels.
Yes.
You have to be on your toes, literally. This game doesn't show mercy on the ones who are just lazing on their heels.
The balance of the crease is very, very wide.
Slow one this time. Waheed Ahmed, the skipper. He knows a trick or two.
Do you know in T10 cricket, slower one plays a very big ball. You know, one of the reasons it is said that batsman is waiting for a big shot. So he is always expecting the bat ball to come to him. And that is when you have to just bowl short. So that's why you will find that batsman attempting a wild shot and not connecting.
Very well analyzed there. Meanwhile, not getting the connection right. Ball just a fraction short of good length. The ball rose onto him. Wasn't able to pull it well.
We saw Ajman coach on the screen. We saw Altaf.
A single there.
Shahzad Altaf was the legendary UAE player who had one of the finest bowling analysis in the World Cup for a long time. And in fact, went for the 1999 World Cup. They gave a pamphlet and it had Shahzad as the best bowling analysis.
Wow. Short ball pulled, and this will go many a mile into the stands. That's a maximum.
It's so nice that it ended in the stands and not out of the stands.
Rocked on the back foot and let the ball go into the stands.
Neil, this is where you need the balance of the, in the crease. And balance comes through a very good fitness training. Because you have to swing your body along with the pace. You need that fitness training.
Absolutely.
Because timing matters a lot. Why is today Virat Kohli one of the finest batsmen? His fitness matters. His timing is so perfect. That is where he picks it. And picking the ball has a lot to do with fitness today.
No doubts about that, sir. Played it back to the bowler. A dot ball to end the over. So 4 overs gone. It's 24 for 2. And at the end of 4 overs, there'll be change in the voices. It's going to be Asim Sheikh and Shoaib Ahmed.
Thank you very much, Neil. And this is how the batting has fared here for Ajman. Asif Khan 5 of 3, Muhammad Kaleem 6 of 9, and both of them falling for Akif Raja. Abdul Shakur out there in the center, 3 of 7 deliveries, and Amir Hamza 7 of 5, and with 3 extras, 24 for 2 after 4, going at 6 and over. Shoaib.
Yes, not a great start for Team Ajman. They've lost 2 wickets and scoring at just 6 runs and over. Lakshman Manjrekar, match number 2 for him. Full toss and played in the covers, will get a single. Well, a very impressive start for Lakshman Manjrekar in the D10, Asim. Getting a man of the match in the very first game. And a fellow Mumbaikar, just like us.
Mr. Ghatkopar. Lakshman Manjrekar. He likes himself to be called as Manja, but meanwhile it is Amir Hamza's show that has begun. He was the star for Ajman in the D10 edition 1, and he is continuing from where he left in the first season. Glorious looking shot there. Excellent shot.
Oh, that's a delivery that needs to be called as a no ball, and rightly done by Shamim Abi, the match umpire.
Very uncomfortable position there, Amir Hamza. Very difficult one, and this one is accepted and deposited out of the park. It ricocheted off the tents and it has bounced back in the playing zone.
Well, Amir Hamza is a T10 specialist. He was exceptional in the first season, and now he is continuing his form in the second season as well. A low full toss, but it still needs to be hit, and Amir Hamza does it brilliantly. Much better delivery there from Lakshman. This time an orthodox left arm spinner delivery, and he's got a single on that. Prior to this, all the balls were trying to bowl the Rohan Mustafa Yorkers. This time a decent delivery.
A good delivery once again, and trying to improvise and trying to get to the pitch of the ball. Pulled it back pretty nicely there. Lakshman Manjrekar. A very active personality as far as the social media presence is concerned. Both Amir Hamza and Lakshman Manjrekar, the previous over, would have definitely yielded a lot of content for Amir Hamza.
Absolutely. And with Lakshman bowling his over, he needs to be on the mark every time. That's us, bringing you live pictures from this iconic stadium. Well, I couldn't sleep last night thinking about the stadium and to be a part of this combox where legends in the field of commentary have sitting here and calling the game. I think that is a big opportunity, and a big shout out to our sponsors who've organized this, and to our production team who've given us this opportunity.
And excellent coverage coming in from SF360 Digital as well, alongside the sponsors who have supported well, starting with Sat Sports News, FanCode, Trans Group, Dafa News, Pacific Group, SF360, and meanwhile this is a 360 looking shot coming in from Amir Hamza.
Well, Amir Hamza is dealing in boundaries and sixes. This is tournament 6, number 29. What a good shot that is. Played with one leg in the air, a Natarajan shot.
Natarajan champion Amir Hamza. Top shot, 24 of 10 deliveries here, and now he's trying to up the ante for Ajman. Completely trying to change the momentum of the game.
Srinivasan, another loose delivery, a full toss. Lucky did not reach the fielder. Amir Hamza getting a couple of runs. Well, that was a loose delivery and was asking to be hit. But Amir Hamza just not timing it too well.
Well, that should have been deposited towards the graveyard. It was that bad of a delivery. Just getting away there, Nikhil Srinivasan. Find yourself lucky, Mr. 10, number 10.
Buy a lottery ticket today.
That should have been a 10.
This time into the block hole. An overthrow single here.
Sometimes when it's not your day, it just doesn't seem to be your day. Was certainly a dot ball. Tried to shy throw at the stumps, and ricocheting. Abdul Shakur pretty much alert. He's active as a fox. Score predictor says 89. Shoaib, what do you predict?
Well, I predict at least 100. That is what they will need. This time played up in the air, again over the cover fielder. Will not go all the way. Some good effort, but looks like he touched the boundary when he was touching the ball. We'll have to check that. The umpires checking as well. Looked like a boundary, Asif.
Yes, for sure. Because the second time when he tried to pull the ball in fact pushed the ball in, he had already touched the ropes. The first attempt was fine, but here is the problem. Here is the problem, where he tried to push the ball away.
Yes, yes, rightly called by the umpire, 4 given. So not too lucky Srinivasan. The fielder is not supporting him. Not happy. Tournament 4's number 33, brought to you by FanCode. Can just have a close look. Touched, okay here, and then this one. He was lying on the ropes.
Excellent camera work there. Top stuff. Full marks to the cameraman. Meanwhile, full marks to this man, Abdul Shakur. He's trying to up the ante here from the other end. A slow start, but trying to make most of his presence out there in the center. Back-to-back boundaries for Abdul Shakur.
Yes, all that pressure that they had built in the first 5 overs is given away by Srinivasan. They're targeting Srinivasan clearly and taking him to the cleaners. 17 of just 5. Last ball coming up. A slower ball played. Oh, that is some good fielding effort there. Finally managing to stop a certain boundary. Akif Raja hurting his finger in the process. Hope nothing serious.
We're glad that it's on his left hand. Now, not his bowling hand, will definitely be some sigh of relief for him.
Yes, 6 overs are up and the score reads 55 for 2. So fun fact brought to you by Dafa News. In 1953, Sir Jack Hobbs became the first professional cricketer to be knighted. That fun fact is brought to you by Dafa News. I know the last one to be knighted. It was Ben Stokes, who was knighted after the World Cup.
CP Rizwan coming into the attack. Now, it is very interesting here, Shoaib. One thing to note is that the dew is getting dense with every over that passes by, every minute that passes by. And then the captain has the courage of getting in a spinner who was expensive from that end. And talking about spinners, Ajman has a bunch of them. Sultan, Nasir Aziz, Zuhaib Zubair, Hassan Khalid. How are they going to accommodate? Meanwhile, a swing and a miss. It missed everything. Missed the batsman, missed the stumps, missed the wicket keeper as well. But will not miss the attention of Shami maybe. The umpire standing at the far end. A bye signal by him. And this is the dugout. Now, these two gentlemen have not got a game here, especially Sardar Behzad, because he could have been that value-added asset, especially in the bowling department, where he could have had his seamers, if at all the team required a spinner to be compensated. Well, a strange move coming in. Scoring in bulk in the domestic, not getting a chance in the first game.
Interesting to see Zubair Zuhaib playing today, but being preferred. Rizwan CP being preferred over him. A part-timer has a very distinct bowling action. Likes to loop the ball, give a lot of air, and manages to get some turn as well. Interesting, and especially a good call when he's bowling to Amir Hamza, who likes the pace on the ball. It will be challenging and exciting to see how he approaches Rizwan CP here. There you see, he tried to play that, not connecting it too well, almost reaching the fielder, Wahid Ahmed out there at long on. So good ploy there from Wahid Ahmed.
Well, look at that Rizwan CP there, asking for Wahid to go for the catch, and he just does not spare anybody, regardless who you are. Wants wickets on every ball. But on this delivery, he cleans him up. You miss and I hit, says Rizwan CP, and Abdul Shakur making his way back to the pavilion. Out clean bowl. Not a sharp turn on that occasion, but yes, marginal turn doing the work here. Missing the line completely, in fact.
Well, Abdul Shakur just wanted to go for it. He wanted to clear that front leg. missing it completely, and the ball hitting the stumps. Sound of timber, the most pleasing sound for any bowler. Abdul Shakur is out for 15, and the score is 61 for the loss of 3 wickets.
Look at this. Googly, but did not turn sharp, and that's probably one of the reasons is the fact that there is wetness on the ball. Ball is wet and not much turn from the surface as well. And it is the man from Qalandars, Amjad Khan.
Let's quickly check the bowling release point for Rizwan CP on this delivery. Look at that. He's bowling right in front of the bowler, of the umpire, and you can see his hand in front of the umpire when he's releasing it. So he's just bowling from the stumps to the stumps. And that is not an easy sight for the batsman who's batting, looking at the umpire. And, well, hats off to anyone who's facing that kind of a delivery.
Well, in fact, even umpire had to move his head. He had to tilt his head to see where actually the ball has landed. Because had there been an LBW shout, it would have made things worse for the umpire, because he wouldn't have been in the best position to judge that. A swing and a miss there, and Waheed Ahmed is not an easy customer to deal with.
He is a thinking cricketer. He's brought himself to bowl to Amir Hamza and Amjad Gul. Both these players are big hitters of the cricket ball, and he's taken that captaincy role to perfection. I think he's taken that as a challenge, and that has excelled him in the performance. We've seen him bowling really well in the first game, and now he's coming back in the second game with this over. And straight down the ground. Good fielding effort in the deep. Srinivasan, well stopped, well done, young man. Will get a couple, but has certainly saved 2 runs.
And if at this stage these fielding efforts can save around 10-15 runs for Emirates Blues, they'll rightly be on top of the game. But if this crosses around 95 runs mark, I think Ajman will believe. Well, Waheed to Amir Hamza, and another heave. Just trying too hard there.
This is good bowling from Waheed Hamza. He's not giving him in the arc. He's bowling it wide outside off, and then asking Amir Hamza to go for it. So this is some really good bowling from Waheed Ahmed. And Amir Hamza will now need to do something different. Try to shuffle, get closer to the ball. And that is not an easy job when you're playing the shortest format of the game.
Well, I think the players who can actually paddle it around, who can play those scoops, who can improvise and quick on their legs, are more successful. Meanwhile, a good shot there by Amjad Gul. Very intentful approach here coming in from Amjad. Wants to score big, wants to score, get them to that 3-figure mark.
This is his forte, Amjad Gul. This is what he is known for in the domestic circuit. Coming out in the middle and going bang bang right from ball number 1. So I'm sure Amjad likes this format. This is his strength, and it will be interesting to see. This time played up in the air, not timed it too well. Again, outside off, good bowling from Waheed Ahmed. The captain has taken a wicket, and that is of the big fish, Amir Hamza.
Well, quite a surprising looking shot here. The ball was pitched outside the off stump, and you try to play across the line, making life difficult for you. However, which could have been played towards the extra cover, and you could have at least got a boundary if you had to clear the infield. Well, it's just about desperation of hitting sixes in your strong zones, it seems. You could have probably chipped it over the short extra cover fielder. Meanwhile, that's the end of Hamza. Amir Hamza out for 33 of 18 deliveries. In fact, 19 deliveries caught by Sabir. Bowled by Waheed.
The new man in, Danish, is out there in the middle with Amjad Gul. Hashtag EmiratesD10. Use that hashtag and enjoy the game right here from Dubai, from Sharjah International Stadium. FanCode Emirates D10, powered by Sky247.net. .65 for 4. And Emirates Blues will be very happy with this performance so far. They've managed to keep it tight, keep the lid on the runs. That's how their bowling has fared so far. 2 overs, 9 runs, 2 wickets for Akif Raja. Waheed Ahmed getting that 1 wicket of Amir Hamza, and Rizwan CP. 1 over, given away 5 runs and taken a wicket as well.
So in the matter of 4 runs, they have lost 2 set batsmen, Abdul Shakur and Amir Hamza. 66 for 4 in 8 overs, and mind you, this is the very team that chased down 120 runs in 8.5 overs.
Amjad Gul trying to beat that. Will just get a single. Rizwan CP. Well, he's the star in the ODI series that was just concluded in the month of January against Ireland. Scored a brilliant century while chasing a big total. Oh, that was a good delivery. Very well done. Is it a wicket? Yes, it is. So Rizwan CP is good with the bat, and now he's brilliant with the ball as well. Look at that, coming down the track, completely missing the wrong one, and a good collect by the keeper.
Well, we would definitely want to see what just happened there. Was that given out stumped? Well, let's quickly check here. Well, he was too quick to come back.
Come on, boys. Here comes the whole collection.
And a close one there. Danish out for a golden duck. Amjad Gul in the centre. And joining him is Sultan Ahmed. 2 Qalandars out there in the centre.
Yes, Sultan Ahmed and Amjad Gul both played in the T10 in Abu Dhabi for Lahore Qalandars. Fayaz Ahmed also played for the Qalandars.
Not an impressive stat here for Sultan. 4 matches, 4 runs with a strike rate of 57.14. Meanwhile, an impressive looking bowling card here for Rizwan CP. 2 wickets, 6 runs in 8 deliveries. Meanwhile, Sultan Ahmed. And wide signal there by the umpire.
Good shots coming, boys, come on.
And Rizwan CP, not sure why he was disappointed. I'm sure because of the wide that he bowled.
Well, he was expecting the umpire to not call it a wide. Again, that was wide. If he had left it, Sultan Ahmed played that in the air. Just 1 bounce straight to Waheed Ahmed.
Right hand.
Again, lucky there on that occasion, Rizwan.
Well, he just wants wickets on every delivery that he bowls. I mean, that was half a kilometre away from Waheed Ahmed, and he wanted him to dive. Score predictor says 82 runs. They get close to the 90-run mark. Somehow, some magical onslaught here from Amjad Gul, they would believe.
This time, clearing his front leg, played it towards the square leg region. Will just be a single. Well, they bowled really well. Emirates Blues have been exceptional with the ball. And Waheed Ahmed, credit to him for shuffling the bowlers, giving Rizwan CP the ball, and he's delivered it for his skipper. Outside off, being called a wide, asking for a stumping. The umpire says no.
Has been referred to the third umpire, just to be sure. Look at how wide is he bowling there. If it would have been 5 to 6 inches outside, it would have been called as a no ball.
Well, looks safe from that angle. Looks like his leg was inside the crease. There you go. Leg going back, and he's well in and well before time.
Well, good that we have technology in place. And it was referred. Rizwan CP. 2 for 10 in 1.4. Magical spell here as far as the format of the game is concerned. Once again, a wrong one. Googly by Rizwan CP. Pulled down away from the reach, keeping it away from the arc of Sultan Ahmed.
Right hand, right. Right hand, right hand.
Well, it's not easy when you're bowling slow in the air, giving that kind of flight. You really need to hit hard and middle it as well if you want to clear that boundary.
Certainly. Meanwhile, Amjad Gul here.
Up in the air, catch it is the call. Sabir Rao, the tall left arm fast bowler, giving it his 100%. Full length dive, but not able to catch that ball.
CP Rizwan was upset, was disappointed.
He was looking for the third wicket. 9 overs are up and the score is 73 for 5.
Here's a fun fact brought to you by Dafa News. The first time ever Test match was played in 1877 at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Australia beat England by 45 runs. Now, I was aware of this fact. And Melbourne Cricket Ground, talking about that, has a lot of memories, excellent cricketing memories out there. Especially for you, Shoaib, isn't it?
Absolutely, I was a part of the World Cup. I was there just to witness the World Cup in 2015. Wonderful place to watch cricket, Australia. They love their cricket. And it was a great experience. Meanwhile, a run out on the cards. Complete miscommunication out there between the two batters. And Amjad Gul is not happy. He wanted to get back on strike. And Sultan just not giving away his crease, was not interested at all. There you see the first run taken hard. Amjad wants to go back. He wants to go. It could have been another run had Sultan gone for it. But Amjad Gul, he's been run out, taking the long walk back. 5 runs of 5 deliveries. And Ajman in all kinds of trouble. 73 for 5.
Well, the best start to the final over. They probably need a couple of big hits here from Sultan Ahmed. If you have taken the charge of keeping the strike, let's do it for the team.
Played down the ground. Sultan just get a single. So good bowling effort here from Emirates Blues. They've won the first game and they look comfortably placed in the second game. Anything less than 85, they'll be happy with that score.
Mind you, Shoaib, this will be the 6th innings that they will be coming in and playing on. So it's not going to be an easy ask. Wear and tear on the wicket.
Good delivery, very good delivery from Sabir Rao, right into the block hole. Mixing it up, changing his pace on every delivery. Continuing his good form from the D20 into the D10. Sabir Rao got a couple of man of the matches in that tournament. Bowls well, but does not like to talk. Very difficult to get answers out of him.
Sabir Rao to Sultan Ahmed, up in the air. This is sailing over the head of Nikhil Srinivasan's head and into the stands. Big hit from Sultan Ahmed, and this is what we were talking about. It was needed. Brings up the tournament 6 number 30th already in the first day.
36 is on the first day. Brilliantly done. Excellent shot there from Sultan Ahmed.
And mind you, we are not done yet. We have 62 legal deliveries to see the actual count of how many sixes.
We'll have to go back and bowl that ball again. Sabir Rao, 14 runs in 1.4 overs. Last 2 balls of this innings. Is there another 6 on the cards? Sultan Ahmed will be very confident. Swing and a mistimed shot, looking for 2 runs. Will they get it? Yes, they will.
Well, it was a good throw coming in from Nikhil Srinivasan. It's just that the bowler was not on his mark or in the position to take the bails off. Last ball of the innings. And 84 is what they have got here. Sure, we were looking at 85 run mark. Target has already reached to 85, even if you lose a wicket here.
1 ball, 1 run. Will get that one. In fact, they're looking for 2. They have to go for it. And will make it comfortably in the end. Looking for 3 runs now. Now that is a little bit too much. And run out. So 2 runs on the final delivery and a wicket. Sultan Ahmed run out. In fact, it was Nasir Aziz. No, Sultan Ahmed who got run out. 2 runs on that last ball. There you see quick running between the wickets, looking for 2 runs. 2 runs were always on the card. An overthrow. A misfield by the keeper. But no damage done in the end. They get that wicket off the last ball as well. So 2 runs, that brings the total to 86. The target is 87 when the team Emirates Blues come out to chase that target down. Well, not a great target. What do you think, Asim?
Well, I still take it as far as the situation is concerned, as situation what they were initially. After losing Amir Hamza, it was looking difficult. And 85, they'll have to work it around the way Sharjah did against, in fact, even better. Sharjah did against Fujairah in the previous game. They had just 102 on board. And this is how the batting looks like. Asif Khan, not impressive, 5 of 3. Mohammad Kaleem, 6 of 9. Abdul Shakur, 15 of 16 deliveries, too slow. Amir Hamza, 19 deliveries for his 33. Amjad Khan, 6 of 6. Danish Qureshi out on a golden duck. Sultan Ahmed with a cameo of 13 of 6. And Nasir Aziz, 1 of 1 unbeaten. With help of 7 extras, they managed to score 86 in their allotted 10 overs.
Yes, and for Emirates Blues, a happy scorecard for them. A good bowling performance. Akif Raja, the pick of the bowlers, getting 2 wickets. And Rizwan CP, well, 2 overs, 12 runs and 2 wickets. That's how the Emirates Blues have bowled. 86 is the final score and 87 is the final target.
Well, that's the how the batting has fared here. Wicket of Asif Khan, again perishing on a short pitch delivery. Mohammad Kaleem this time not in the best of touches, but Amir Hamza came in and gave some hope to the Ajman team. Some extraordinary shots being played there. With a full toss on offer of Lakshman Manjrekar and on to the 10th. And this was the most expensive over of the match, of the innings. Nikhil Srinivasan went for runs and went for plenty. Probably if this was a 10-run odd over, it would have been sticked around to around 75 runs. This was the time when CP Rizwan was introduced and he did the damage. Excellent bowling there. Danish Qureshi was dismissed on a golden duck, and then Amjad Gul. Out run out. And this 6. Some relief for them to get to that target of 87 runs that they have to get in the allotted 10 overs.
Yes, Emirates Blues need 87 runs to win, and we'll be back after a short break with the run chase. Yes, they have been the table toppers and they deserve to be at the top. They have been unbeaten throughout the tournament. And coming back to the game, first game for today, ECB Blues versus Ajman.
All right, so the news from the centre is Ajman has won the toss and they are going to bowl first.
Absolutely, and let's look at what combination both the teams are having here. ECB Blues starting with the captain Basil Hamid, the wicketkeeper Vritya Arvind, Ansh Tandon, Aryan Lakra, Aditya Shetty, Fahad Nawaz, Kartik Mayappan, Alishan Sharfu, Wahid Ahmad, Mohammad Farazuddin, Zawar Farid. And
for Ajman, it is Sharif Asadullah, the skipper, Abdul Shakur, the wicketkeeper, Shiraz Pia, who didn't have a good last game, Sultan Muhammad Akhtar, Zubair Zohib, Waqas Ali is back in the squad, Ali Khan, Amjad Gul, Ehtisham Siddiq, Nasir Aziz and Asif Khan.
4 wickets in 3 games, and he has been the most economical bowler.
And we have the first ball of the match, straight to Zubair Zuhair. He will be looking to make a statement here.
Well, this time driven in the gap, a chance for the fielder, and just wondering why he did not dive there, Waqas Ali. He's just using all his experience. Look at that, Sultan Ahmad, you beauty. Even if that goes to the boundary, you still have foxed the batsman. That's taken an edge there, and that will be a boundary. So this time driven handsomely by Fahad Nawaz. What a good looking shot there. He was in balance and was ready to play that shot all day long.
This time played towards the cover region. Another misfield there, and that will cost them 4 runs. So not a great field work.
Attacking, you attack from inside the circle. You probably cut down like 6 to 7 steps in. This time driven in the gap. What a good looking shot there. Fahad Nawaz, he is making a statement out there. Well, I'm an opener. Let me show how you have to open. Meanwhile, end of over number 3, 32 for no loss. And this time, he improvises and plays it down towards the square leg region. And this is what happens, Shoaib. When you drop catches at the man in form, he will hurt you.
This time coming down again, hit it hard, and this time it has cleared that fielder and gone all the way for a boundary. This time over the fielder again and all the way for a maximum. Fahad, brilliant batting there from Fahad Nawaz.
It's not that he wants to swept beautifully there, and that'll be a 4. Big shout and given.
This tournament with the right batting combination. Time cut between the players there and a big chase for Shiraz Pia, and he's already given it up.
This time a diving effort there by Nasir, but the ball did not be stopped. That's a 4. A daylight gap between the top 2 and the third. Meanwhile, this time beautifully played in the gap, and that will be a boundary.
That delivery on his toes and deflected. Sultan Ahmed into the attack. And that's a good way to make come back in the second spell here. Sultan Ahmed strikes at the very first ball, and that is the end of Waheed Ahmed.
That will bring him off the mark. Oh, that's a big shout there.
And that's 3 and 3 here. A team hat-trick coming in for Ajman. And look at that. Sultan Ahmed is delighted.
And today Makasimi dropping a couple.
And this time paddled it and paddled it pretty nicely in the gap for a boundary. So Zawar Farid likes to play these shots. Once again, same shot and same result. It is just that the route taken by Zawar Farid on this occasion was aerial. He gets a boundary. This time up in the air, a chance for the fielder. He's coming in underneath it.
All right, welcome back to the last innings of the day. It's game number 3. Ajman playing against Emirates Blues. The umpires are walking in. And not a big target there for Emirates Blues. 87 runs is what they have to make when they come into bat. As after winning the toss, Ajman could only muster 86 runs. Abdul Shakur, the wicket-keeper there, walking in. The openers there for Emirates Blues, Rizwan CP with Mohammad Bhuta. Both of these guys, we saw how explosive they were when they started in the first game. Emirates Blues need 87 runs to win. We're coming in live from Sharjah Cricket Stadium. This game is the third game of the FanCode Emirates D10 2021, powered by Sky247.net. Ajman will have to pull off a Sharjah if they intend to win this game. Mohammad Bhuta on strike. He's a man who knows a thing or two about hitting those big ones. Giving him company, Rizwan CP. One of the most sorted batsmen. 11 matches, 134 runs, 175 is a strike rate. Mohammad Bhuta. And spin attack from the beginning. Starts with a wide. Joining me in the commentary box is Shoaib. Shoaib, good evening.
Good evening, Neil. Explosive batsman Mohammad Bhuta and tricky Sultan Ahmed. He is used to bowling with the new ball. So an exciting contest between the two.
Well, yes, to make it exciting, Ajman will have to take a few wickets. They'll have to take these wickets right away.
Yes, and these kinds of totals, these low-scoring chases are always very confusing. They can be very tricky. You need to know how you need to approach that target. Sometimes you get too cautious, so not on that occasion. Played it over the covers, one bounce and the first boundary for Mohammad Bhuta and Emirates Blues.
FanCode Tournament 4, number 35. Mohammad Bhuta playing this inside out over the infield. All the cover fielder could do is run and fetch the ball back in.
Good shot there from Mohammad Bhuta. Just making sure that he clears the infield. And with the power play restrictions, that's what you want to do. Again, a same shot, similar looking, similar result. One bounce, back-to-back boundaries for Mohammad Bhuta. He's off to a start.
This one was more towards the mid-off region. Again, between the Extra cover in the mid-off fielder. Just the bounce and away she went into the fence. Couple of boundaries already. Rizwan CP on non-striking end. This time played it straightish. Long on will come into play, just a single.
This time Sultan bowling it on the stumps, not allowing Bhuta to free his arms. That brings Rizwan CP on strike for the first time in this innings.
For Rizwan, the mid-off has been dropped back to long off, and the long on fielder comes in. And then there is a deep square leg, standing a little squarish.
Dot ball to end the first over. 10 runs in that first over without a loss.
Ajman can't really afford to give away these boundaries. They'll have to restrict, they'll have to take wickets, and they'll have to do it now.
The only way Ajman can win this game is by taking wickets and trying to hold these boundaries. If they can even manage to build some pressure in the first few overs, that will put some thoughts in the minds of the batsmen on how to approach the game. So building pressure ball by ball, over by over, is what Ajman will need to defend that modest total of 87.
Well, the next thing that should be in the list is extras. You have to take wickets, you have to stem the boundaries and not bowl extras. Gifting them, literally gifting them. Danish is the new bowler, bowling from the far end for Ajman. And hasn't really started well, Danish Qureshi.
Well, looks a good bowler, Danish Qureshi. I'm seeing him for the first time. Good steady run up. Again, going down the leg, called an extra.
He's pitching at the middle leg stump, and with the action the ball is moving into the right-hander, going down the leg side for Mohammad Bhuta, and he's gleaming. He got a couple of runs for his team without moving a muscle.
Pressure on the young Danish Qureshi. This time much better. And played with soft hands, Bhuta. Not in any hurry to go for the big shots, and not needed at the moment as well. So happy to take that single and get Rizwan on strike.
Well, rightly so. Pitched outside off stump. It was almost on the fifth stump line, and then the ball shaped in. Played the ball right in front of the middle stump, Mohammad Bhuta. And that's what probably CP is shadow practicing for. Anticipating for the ball to come in.
Short delivery, a jab towards the square leg, did not time it too well. Hurried on to him, beaten by the pace. Looks a good bowler, Danish Qureshi. He's got the pace, just needs to be a little more disciplined with his bowling. 1 run added to the total.
I'm sure that he will come online with the expectations that his teammates and captains have lined up for him.
Short ball played in the gap, will run away for a boundary. So after the 2 extra wides, Danish has given away a boundary. A good shot from Bhuta. He's among the boundary hitters for Emirates Blues. 3 boundaries now for him.
He dragged this one from wide outside the off stump. It was a short pitch delivery, but then not a well-directed one. Had enough time, Mohammad Bhuta, to drag it from wide outside the off stump towards the vacant mid-wicket region for a 4.
This time catch it is the call. Will push straight to Sultan at mid-off. Dot ball for Danish Qureshi. He's kept that ball up close to the batsman, not digging it in short. Needs a bat change. Mohammad Bhuta.
He's indicating where he wants his bat to be picked up from. At least 11 kit bags inside, and for a newbie who doesn't know where a certain bat is placed in one certain kit bag, it's a time-consuming affair, I tell you.
Absolutely. He needs to call Zomato for quick delivery. There you go. A potential sponsor for us.
How many bats would you carry in your kit bag, Shoaib?
Well, I've not had the privilege of having multiple bats, but the maximum I think around 2 or 3. But I always had a favorite one, so unless that bat broke into 2, I wouldn't go to change another bat.
Some people change bats as per strategy, some as per superstition. Towards fine leg, will get a single.
Well, a lot of people have an emotional connection with the bat, with a certain bat. I'm one of them. When I like a bat, I just try to use that bat as much as I can, as long as I can. And that bat gives you some comfort, some confidence when you're going out in the middle. But modern day cricketers, nothing of that sort. They have 10, 12 bats in their kit bags and no emotional attachment with any of them.
Well, I'm not playing actively currently. I have 6 in my kit bag right now.
Wow.
2 overs gone, 19 for none. Rizwan, 2 of 3, Bhuta 15 of 9. 10 runs coming off this Danish over.
Yes, and that's Lakshman Manjrekar on screen. We've got a fun fact by Dafa News. 100 years after the first ever test, Australia played the same opposition, which is England, in the same venue, which is Melbourne Cricket Ground, and achieved the same result. Interesting fact by Dafa News there.
Wonder what the result was though.
Australia won the match because they won the first match and they won the 100th match as well.
Ironically, the sport was invented by the English. Australia beat them in that test match. 100 years later, beat them again. And a bunch of villagers who didn't know nothing about the sport beat them in the movie Lagan as well.
Yes, absolutely. Straight down the ground, Bhuta, and played it straight like an arrow over the bowler's head. No fielders there, will get 4 runs.
One of the safest regions to play. Over the bowler's head, cleanly hit. Couple of bounces into the fence, 4 runs. The intent is very clear there. Hit big, get those runs and go home early, maximum.
Well, Bhuta is in no mood to hang out there. He's going for it every time. Again, a poor delivery from Sultan in the slot. And Bhuta making no mistake, playing it straight over the bowler's head. This time, an even better shot, getting maximum 6 runs for Bhuta.
He played it right under where we are sitting, which is absolutely straight. A happy camp there.
This time played with soft hands, will get a single. The boys cheering for Bhuta. Was not an active part of D20, Mohammad Bhuta. He was injured for most part of the tournament. Came in late and could not have an impact in the D20, but making no mistake in this edition of D10. And he's been promoted up the order. He's opening the innings for ECB Blues, Emirates Blues now.
Well, yes, had a hamstring injury and rightly kept away from game. 3 overs gone. Meanwhile, 33 for none. 37 for none, beg your pardon. So 3 overs gone. 34 for none. You can watch these games on FanCode in India and the subcontinent. In the UAE, you can watch them on eLive, Crick Live, Switch TV, or Do. Our friends in USA and Canada can watch us on Willow TV. Bangladesh, Live Media, and the rest of the world can watch this action on Facebook page of My Sports Eye. That's Facebook/My Sports Eye.
Streaming everywhere in the world, so anywhere you are, you have no excuse not to watch this edition of D10, brought to you by FanCode, powered by Sky247.net. Hassan Khalid, left arm spinner. Chinaman played straight down the ground. Again, Bhuta will not spare these loose deliveries, these gifted deliveries. And a very, very ordinary start from Hassan Khalid, rightly punished by Bhuta.
Spotted the ball early, went down on one knee, and bang! No mercy shown. You might be bowling your first delivery, and if it's a bad ball, it's a bad ball. Especially for a batsman like Bhuta.
Again, a poor delivery, again on one knee, and this time he's chosen the mid-wicket region to get that maximum. Another 6, back-to-back boundaries and 6s for Mohammad Bhuta. Tournament 6 number 32, brought to you by Sky247.net.
That's the coach there, laughing. Najib Amr, a former Hong Kong international player. The Emirates Blues definitely have a lot of experience in their camp and in the support staff as well. Khalid Shah, beg your pardon, Hassan Khalid, tossed up delivery this time, goes straight to the fielder, dot ball.
Hassan Khalid, the Chinaman, young bowler, bowling against Bhuta, who's well set for his 37. Just 16 deliveries he's faced. Current rate of 12.57, required rate of 6.62. Again, an easy, cruising run chase for Emirates Blues. 3.3 overs, 44 runs without a wicket. Couldn't have asked for anything more. Looks like a champion side here, Emirates Blues.
Undoubtedly stamps their authority. Oh, look at that. Is Rizwan CP in trouble? The umpire wants to confirm. He wants to use the technology to affirm whether Rizwan CP stays or he goes.
Good delivery. Fourth delivery of his over. Very good delivery. Hold it right up close to Rizwan CP. Looks like a tight call. We'll have to check that again. Okay. He's out And looks home. It's not very clear, not very conclusive, but by the looks of it, benefit of doubt will have to be given to the batsman.
Well, yeah, very, very tricky scenario this. You have to wait and watch because it's a big task. Check it from the other angle. Let's see if we got something more conclusive. Those are some quick gloves. Wow. Abdul Shakur, mighty impressive. Even if he's not got a wicket, I would say that his glove work was definitely immaculate. Look at this in slow motion. Got the ball. And, oh yeah, just marginally in. Fraction of a second here or there, Rizwan CP would have had to walk back to the hut. But what I liked about Abdul Shakur's collection and the attempt onto the bails was that he didn't move his arms back or hands back after collecting the ball, which is normally taught. The conventional way of gathering the ball is to collect the ball and move and swing it back into your body. He didn't do that. Grabbed the ball and bang. Swept. Single and an overthrow helps them with another.
It's 2 runs, another poor delivery from Hassan Khalid to end the over. 4 overs gone and the score is 47 for no loss. And after 4 overs, there is a change in the com box. It is going to be Asim Sheikh, and alongside him is going to be K.R. Nair.
Thank you, Shoaib. A fun fact here coming in by Dafa News. Reed Duff became the first person to score a century in his first and final test match innings. Now, isn't that interesting?
Very interesting. There have been many batsmen who have
Sen looking short there, taking 2. Now Shiraz Ahmed is the new bowler who's been introduced here, and they're cruising towards the total here. 4 overs, 47 for no loss.
What do you need when the scoreboard shows 49 for no loss and the target is just 87? It's a very well planned innings that is going on. Bhutta doing the scoring, Rizwan playing the second fiddle. Beautiful art of batting.
Absolutely. Shiraz into his 10th game of the D10 format, and he has picked up 8 wickets. He has been given the responsibility. Has he been brought in too late, Mr. Nair?
Basically, such a partnership may not have been expected. You know, you need to pick early wickets, which has not been done. And Bhutta has been standing like a rock. He stood like a rock in the first match, and in the second match too, he's doing the same.
Well, absolutely. You got to be keeping the previous game that Emirates Blues played. They had the partnership right on the top. The first wicket partnership was a good one. They steadied the ship for the team while chasing 120 runs. So it should have been taken into consideration by Ajman, captain, and the team as a whole, and had a strategy in breaking this partnership. Meanwhile, good looking shot here coming in from Rizwan CP. Timed it to perfection.
That's a classy shot. Played on the rise, beautifully went past the fielders. It's a beautiful sight. The ball hitting the boundary, you know, especially the fence. It's an art.
Well, it's just about keeping an eye on the ball right till the end and checking where exactly this can be belted. And that's what Rizwan CP did on that occasion, and just opening the face of the bat, playing it towards the point region for a boundary. This is delicate stuff. This is good stuff here from Rizwan CP. And this is extraordinary running between the wickets. He wanted two the moment he played that shot with the deft touch. Excellent running here.
Which means he's seeing the ball like a football now. So much he is able to play it where he is wanting to. Look at his score. 41 out of a total of 56. Bhutta is in full flow.
CP Rizwan, it was reverse order in the previous game if we closely look at it. Meanwhile, it's just about completing these remaining 31 runs. A very good opportunity here for for the Emirates Blue Boys to get this target at a quicker pace and ensure that they have good net run rate, because that will come into picture at a later stage in the tournament in the business end.
When you have a small total, you can go for your shots, reach the target quickly, and now there is no danger of losing as of now, but still it's cricket.
That's what we can see here from the boys. I mean, look at how chilled out they are. They know that they have the right platform set in front of them, and the openers who did the job in the first game are doing it pretty convincingly here in the second one. Once again trying to play that deft touch towards the third man region, and that brings an over to the end.
A good opening partnership plays a very, very important role. Similarly, a good bowling setup. You know, bowling in which can restrain the run flow. Sharjah has that kind of bowling, which we saw in the last match.
Absolutely. I mean, even for that matter, Fujairah, they have a very strong bench strength if we closely look at it. Zahid Ali, who did not play the match, excellent, exceptional bowler, will be experimented in the future games. Jiju Janardhan himself is a good new bowler. He was not bowled. So imagine the kind of strength that they have. And as we talk about bowlers, here we have Akif Raja, the star of today's game, picked up 2 wickets, conceding miserly 9 runs, and picked up that big wicket of Hafiz Muhammad Kaleem and Asif Khan.
The beauty of chase is that not to take your focus away, keep moving, chipping away the runs and reaching the target.
These are the gentlemen out there, Iftikhar Ali, the match referee, and the third umpire, Nadeem Anjum.
Iftikhar Ali, a bundle of knowledge of umpiring. He has guided many umpires here. I was recently lucky to attend his umpiring class just to refresh my memory. Beautifully explains the laws of the game. Years in the middle.
Absolutely. You wake him up from mid of the night and ask him questions. He can get it right for you.
Umpires are people who actually cannot sleep without the smell of the wicket. That's what it is said. You know, although people say it is a thankless job, but for one who enjoys the game, they thank cricket for being allowed to be in the center of action.
Absolutely. And just as we talk about enjoying the game, there is one man who has completed 400 international matches recently, Aleem Dar. Absolutely brilliant, a legend of a personality.
While commentating in the Afghanistan-Zimbabwe Test Series, he was the umpire for both the Test matches. And the cool approach with which he officiates, beautiful control over the entire. That is what is needed. The batsmen and the bowlers feel confident too. You have a right man in the middle, not a man who is shaky.
Absolutely, you have to be the right man who can manage the match. That is very important. Mistakes do happen, but your control on the game matters. Meanwhile, a big six coming in here from Mohammad Bhuta, and he does not seem to stop here. Look at this. It was a slower delivery if you closely look, and he middled it to perfection towards the cow's corner, and they don't seem to have any answers here, Ajman, to break this partnership.
He is in full control over his shots. That's what we are picking correctly. Excellent timing.
Wonder why he does not bat up the order in the domestic circuit. Why does he stick to that number 4, number 5 position? Just wonder. And he would definitely be rethinking on his choice of batting order for sure, Mr. Nair.
It seems he also did not get a good opportunity during the Abu Dhabi T10. Maybe he would have also joined the UAE stars in that tournament, you know. One thing, what
Well, it is Shiraz Ahmed who is continuing here from the pavilion end. Now, I think they left it for Shiraz too late. Too late for him to come back, because 87 is a below par total on this very ground. And especially against this team who has already chased 120 in the first game, you have to get your best possible resources up front and try to break the shackles of this team. Meanwhile, another shot, another boundary, and that brings up 50 for Mohammad Bhuta. What a knock. Excellent knock coming in from Mohammad Bhuta. Out of 69 runs, 53 belong to Mohammad Bhuta. Sheer dominance. This is absolutely brilliant control on the shot, right in the block hole, and just digging it around, making use of his wrist, and just working it towards the fine leg region, just placing it, just guiding there.
he is able to play where he wants to. That's the way, you know.
It wasn't a typical Chinese cut, mind you, Mr. Nair.
Yes.
He guided, he just slightly moved his wrist and deliberately played it there.
It's called a dainty flick, you know.
Well, when we sit around with people with your experience over 4 decades of cricket coverage, 12 World Cups, you get to have a better explanation of the shots. This time a top edge, and this will once again over the head of the wicketkeeper, will go for a boundary.
It looks like Bhuta wants to make everyone go to sleep very early, will not take the full length. The victory target is smelling distance. Countdown is about to start. Just 10 runs.
Now, what this will do is this will definitely boost their net run rate as far as the points table is concerned. God forbid if they lose any game down as the tournament progresses, or probably in the second leg. Now, this net run rate will play a very important role as far as the qualification in the knockout stages will be concerned. A dot ball, a red dot ball coming in here.
Teams which have lost today have to do a lot of homework. Basically, they have to study where have they gone to, which is the areas they have to strengthen. and then come back strongly. For example, when and where to introduce a bowler. As I was telling you, that earlier only schoolboys had homework. Today, T10, you all have to do your homework and come here. And then you will be able to deliver the best of cricket.
It's actually about very closely looking at your opposition's strength and weaknesses, trying to assess that, and then trying to have your strategies in place. So very important.
When you have television relay like this, you can always sit and assess which are the strong points and what are the areas they are scoring, where do they go wrong, and these are points which has to be minutely studied. In T10, there might be only a slender difference between certain teams, but that has to be exploited.
Absolutely spot on, bang on. You have to have your strategies in place considering the opposition's strength, opposition's weaknesses, your strength, your weaknesses, and then try to implement that in the game. And now, sometimes it may go right, sometimes it may not. It's all about how your approach is towards the game.
I always say T10 is like life, unpredictable.
This time just worked around towards the point region, will take a single and will keep strike.
Whenever I watch T10, I am reminded sometimes of Albert Einstein's famous quote, "Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving." So today also, even the target is short, but you have to keep moving.
So there's a fun fact out here, brought to you by the Fun News. John Trakos played his third test match for South Africa in March 1970, and then his fourth test match for Zimbabwe 22 years later in 1992, when he was 45 years of age.
I was fortunate to see him in action during the World Cup, and he was called the oldest man of the World Cup. But
Talented looking youngster being introduced here into the attack. Zubair. And he's bowling his first over. Very talented bowler. Has an action quite similar to Adil Rashid if you closely observe.
spot on, exactly on the, is very good. This kind of exposure is what will boost his confidence.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, coming down the track, and no chance for the fielder. Danish Qureshi just puts in an effort, which goes in vain, and the ball goes into the fence for a boundary. So Mohammad Bhuta, you have to get to a spare part shop to apply brakes, to get a fresh pair of brakes to apply brakes on the scoring of this man. Once again, back-to-back boundaries, and that will seal it out for Emirates Blues. They have won that in 7.4 overs, Mr. Mad. This is sheer dominance, isn't it?
It was, what do you call, is annihilation, of the opposition, which shows the strength of their team. The openers are strong. They have played their role. They made the 87 runs target look small.
Absolutely. Even if they would have managed to score around 120, they would have still had that sort of a approach, that sort of a start coming in from Mohammad Bhuta. And this is the man there who is getting in. Smiles on his face. Very satisfied with his knock. And why would he not be?
He deserves a very good dinner today for two great knocks, and he deserves a pat on his back. Ajman's decision to bat first was challenging, but they did not live up to that challenge.
Absolutely, and I was a bit surprised after that decision because, it was quite a strange decision. In the shorter format cricket, you probably, opt to bowl first and then try to see what target you're chasing and then try to plan and chase accordingly. But that wasn't the thinking of the captain of Ajman. He decided he had other plans.
I had a feeling that they have some good batsmen in their side who did not actually click. So his plan would have been based on that if they can put a big total, they can.
And this is Mohammad Bhuta. He was brilliant today. 71 unbeaten of 31 deliveries, and there was no stopping him. Whatever and wherever he hit, yielded runs for the team. This 6, look at that. It just came under the comb box. Backing the bowlers around. And if you can get a wagon wheel, maximum of the scores would be coming in the V.
I will notice that most of his sixes from were inside the crease.
Absolutely, and he's not one of those who actually steps down and plays those shots, except for a couple. He's not a fan of that.
Which means he has a good eye of the ball. A type of Virendra Sehwag style. He also did the same. He spotted the ball beautifully, and that is what ensured him the boundaries.
Absolutely, cooling themselves down there, the Emirates Blues, and that's how the scorecard looks like. All are untouched. Mohammad Bhuta, 71 of 31 deliveries. Rizwan CP, 14 of 15 with 3 extras. They sealed the show, 88 in 7.4. 2 victories in 2 games for Emirates Blues. They are up right on the top in terms of the points table.
A huge morale booster and a wonderful start. A team that played 2 times today won both the matches. Is really creditable. And the third winner, Sharjah.
Absolutely. Sultan Ahmed, 2 overs 24 for him. Danish Qureshi, 2 overs 19. Hassan Khalid, 1 over 13. Shiraz Ahmed, 2 overs 22. And Zohaib Zubair, 4 balls, conceding 10 runs. He bowled the runs in which the game was completed. The over in which the game was completed. And this is a summary. Amir Hamza for Ajman scored 33 of 19. Abdul Shakur and Sultan Ahmed scored 15 and 13 respectively. Akif Raja was pick of the bowlers for Emirates Blues. 2 wickets for him, conceding 9 runs. CP Rizwan, 2 wickets for him, conceding 12 runs in his 2. Waheed Ahmed picked up 1 wicket. And as far as Emirates Blues are concerned, their innings, Mohammad Bhuta, 71 of 31, Rizwan CP, 14 of 15, both unbeaten. And not so impressive or successful bowling card here for Team Ajman.
A pat for Rizwan too. He bowled well. He stood there playing the second fiddle role and ensured the victory.
So this is the summary of the matches that happened today. Emirates Blues versus Dubai. Emirates Blues winning the toss, electing to bowl first. They won by 9 wickets, chasing it comfortably. Fujairah versus Sharjah. Fujairah electing to bowl first. Unfortunately, were not able to chase down 102 runs. They lost by 9 runs. Sharjah winning that game comprehensively. Ajman versus Emirates Blues. Convincing victory in the 3rd game of the day by 10 wickets. And let's look at the matches that are coming in tomorrow. Ajman versus Sharjah, the first game at 5 p.m. Then Fujairah versus Dubai at 7. This is the second game of the day. And then Emirates Blues take on Team Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi will be playing their first game tomorrow. That is the last match of the night. And this will be live from Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Day 2 of FanCode Emirates D10. Now, we'll quickly head to our co-commentator Neil Oja, who's out there down there below with the man of the match for the post-match ceremony.
All right, so it's presentation time of the 3rd game of FanCode Emirates D10, powered by Sky247.net. This was a one-sided game and powered completely by Emirates Blues. This one man, in pursuit of 86 runs, scored 71 for his team and stayed not out till the end. He is our man of the match, Mohammad Bhuta. Congratulations. सबसे पहले तो आपको हम ये मेडलियन देंगे. थैंक यू. बहुत ही जबरदस्त परफॉर्मेंस, बिल्कुल यानी कि एक तरफा बल्लेबाजी आपने दिखाई है. यहां तक कि दूसरों को बैटिंग का तो चांस तो छोड़े, आपके पार्टनर को आपने बैटिंग का चांस नहीं दिया. ये क्या प्लान था?
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. ये प्लान था हमारा कि सारे लड़के नए थे तो हमें सीनियर को अपॉर्चुनिटी दी उन्होंने. हमें कोच ने भी बोला, नजीब भाई ने भी बोला कि जो है ना पूरा जिम्मेदारी से खेलना है. इसलिए हमने आपस में बात की थी कि जो है ना जो जिसकी लग रही होंगी वो थोड़ा सा खेलेगा और जो साथ वाला थोड़ा सपोर्ट करेगा, इसलिए अच्छा खेले सारे.
पर ये बताइए कि इतने तगड़े शॉट्स आपने पहले मैच में भी मारने की कोशिश की थी, अब वापस आप आए हैं, उसके बावजूद लाइक नॉन स्टॉप हिटिंग चल रही थी. इसके पीछे जहां पर पहली टीम के रन्स नहीं बन रहे हैं, आपके रन्स इतनी आसानी से बन रहे हैं, क्या डिफरेंस था?
बस ये कि अटैकिंग खेल रहा हूँ और बॉल दी मेरिट पे खेल रहा हूँ, इसलिए जो है ना शॉट्स अच्छी लगे हैं. और थोड़ा सा कॉन्फिडेंस था, कोच ने भी कॉन्फिडेंस दिया था कि यार खेलो, खुल के खेलो, तो वही अप्लाई किया.
जब ये 10 ओवर का फॉर्मेट खेलते हैं और जब बड़ी इनिंग्स खेलते हैं, आपका नॉर्मल जो खेलने का तरीका है वो ये है कि आप बड़े शॉट्स लगाते हैं, आप खुल के खेलते हैं, आप वो डर के सोच समझ के रुक के खेलने वालों में से नहीं है. तो क्या ये फॉर्मेट आपको ज्यादा सूट करता है, आपको ऐसा लगता है?
नहीं, फॉर्मेट के हिसाब से खेलते हैं. 50 ओवर की क्रिकेट है, उसको 50 ओवर के हिसाब से खेलते हैं. T20 है T20 और T10 है T10 के. अपने आप को चेंज करना पड़ता है, ये नहीं है कि एक ही फॉर्मेट के लिए खेलता रहे बंदा. 50 ओवर में भी पूरी बारी लेके खेलते हैं, तो T20 में जो जैसा टीम की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है वैसे ही करके खेलते हैं.
आपने ऑलमोस्ट सारी टीमों को देखा है आज यहाँ पर, आपकी 2 मैचेस थी. सबसे टफ टीम आपके खिलाफ आपको कौन सी लगती है?
देखिए, बड़ी T10 में बड़ी टीम कोई भी नहीं है. इसमें एक प्लेयर अगर खड़ा हो गया उसने मैच सीधा कर देना, और कोई मेरे ख्याल से तो कोई बड़ी टीम नहीं है. अभी फुजीरा जो देखा जा रहा था कि सबसे बड़ी टीम है, शारजा ने उनको 1 साइडेड मैच हराया. तो इसमें यह है कि टीम मैटर नहीं करती, आपका टीम में इन्वॉल्वमेंट और सब प्लेयर्स की सपोर्ट और एफर्ट जो है ना वो इन्वॉल्वमेंट करती है साथ में.
चलें, थैंक यू सो मच. एंजॉय कीजिए, रेस्ट कीजिए अच्छी तरह से, क्योंकि कल भी आपके मैचेस हैं और फिर हम आपसे मुलाकात करेंगे फिर. थैंक यू सो मच मोहम्मद. All right, so Mohammad Bhuta, the man of the match of the last game of tonight's play. Do join us tomorrow at the same venue, the Sharjah International Cricket Stadium, because we bring in day 2 of FanCode Emirates D10, powered by Sky247.net. From everyone right here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium, it's good night and God bless.